Yeah.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If you are in the building and you can hear me clearly, please drop a one in the chat. Please drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Okay, let me see if you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Shout out to everyone in the building, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to all of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Welcome back to all the new supporters. And of course, y'all are tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. We got another great show lined up for you guys today. Let's get to the chat and shout everyone out. But make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. Hit the thumbs up on the way in. If you're here through the vertical feed, double tap your screens. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's hit the like button. Hit the share button as well. Hit the like button and hit the share button as well. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Happy Monday to everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, we got another great show lined up for you guys today. We got episode 5 of the Marriage Idolatry series. This is episode 5. This is episode 5, y'all. So if you missed any episodes, make sure you check out episodes 1 through 4. Make sure you check out episodes 1 through 4. I'm pretty sure my lovely lady mods will be dropping the links in the chat. All right. So that's how we're going to do that. Okay. So let's get to the chat and shout everyone out. And then let's get to the show. All right. But make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. The super chat is open as well. If you would like me to highlight any of your specific comments, drop it in the super chat. Also, if you would like to financially support the show, the links are going across the screen. They will also be posted in the chat room. You can financially support at any time. Salute to everyone that's in the building right now. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my man, Mark. What up, Mark? Peace to you, my brother. Shout out to Mark McJoy on the pull up. Hey, Scorpio. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I appreciate that Cash App from yesterday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Scorpio. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. We got two lovely lady mods in the building today. Hey, Sin. We got one top lovely lady mod thus far. Great to see you, Sin. Hope all is well. Hey, Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine MTV on a pull up. Good to see you, Jasmine. Leo Puma on a pull up. What's good? Shout out to UFO. What up, UFO? Salute to you. Appreciate the pull up. Hey, sis. Shout out to Big Sis on a pull up. Good to see you. Good to see you. Great to see you as well. Shout out to you. We got two top lovely lady mods in the building. Great to see you, Big Sis. Hope all is well with you. See who else is in the building. Shout out to Miss Naomi. Good afternoon, Naomi. How you doing? Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Club in the building. What up, Club? Salute, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. B Dolo in the building. What's good, B Dolo? What's going on, fam? Thanks, Sen. I appreciate it. Let's see who else is in the building. Shout out to my bro Papa Flock in the building. What's good, Brody? What's good, man? Hope all is well with you, bro. Appreciate your support. Shout out to everyone that's in the clouds. Shout out to everyone that's on a pull up. What's up, Royal J? What's going on, fam? Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Yeah, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this, man. This is episode 5 of the Marriage Idolatry series. Today's show, I am the prize. I am the prize. I am the prize. And we've been hearing that on both sides. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Women are the prize, then 1 minute men are the prize. You know, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about this. Because, of course, we're talking about marriage idolatry. And when we're speaking on marriage idolatry, right, we're speaking on idolizing the thought of marriage or idolizing being married. You know, a lot of people turn that into an idol for them. And a lot of the conversations that's had around marriage is very superficial. It's very superficial. It's based on selfishness, right? And it has nothing to do with the true aspect of marriage. And one of the things that we've constantly been hearing, crack stream crisis. What's going on, fam? Salute. Right? One of the things that we've been constantly hearing is, I'm the prize. I'm the prize, so I should. I'm the prize, so I want. I'm the prize, so I should get. I'm the prize, so you should do. That's what we've been hearing from both sides, because the men been saying it too. It hasn't just been the women, it has been us men as well. You have men creating content, pushing back against why women are the prize and why men should be the prize and why men are the prize, and trying to explain why men are the prize. Men are doing this too. It's not just the women. Club says loads of immaturity and entitlement. Facts. This is what we've been hearing when we've been having a conversation about marriage and relationships. I'm the prize. Where y'all get this stuff from? Where y'all heard this from? I know where y'all heard it from. The internet. That's where y'all heard it from. Y'all heard it from the internet. A lot of the stuff that's being said when it comes to certain topics is strictly coming from the internet. I am the prize. Right. I am the table. I am the table. Jasmine says, and the gender war continues. Absolutely. Because in essence, what men and women are doing is we're technically competing. This is what we don't want to admit. Men and women are competing with each other in relationships. Men and women are competing. What are they competing for? Men and women are competing for dominance. That's the purpose for competition. To prove who's more dominant. That's the purpose for competition. So when you have men and women competing with one another, right? You have turned marriage into an idol. You have turned your relationship into an idol because you're competing with the person you're in a relationship with. You're trying to keep up with them. You're trying to show them that they're not better than you. This is the wrong mindset to have in a relationship. See, if you have that mentality, you should not be assuming a relationship. If you're trying to prove to the opposite sex that you're better than them, you're smarter than them, you have more than, that's competition. You see? And these are people who truly don't understand the true aspect of marriage. Marriage is not a competition. Relationships shouldn't be a competition. See, this is the first step, right? To show that either you or the person you're dealing with idolizes marriage. This, I'm the table, I'm the prize. See, when you hear that coming from a person, whether male or female, understand you're dealing with a person who's caught up on an idol. This is a person who may idolize relationships, who just uses what they want to call relationships with people to extract things out of them. You see? And we're going to break this down today because a lot of y'all think what y'all saying actually holds merit. I'm the table. I'm the prize. None of that stuff holds merit. None of that stuff is going to ever get you married. And it damn sure not going to keep you married. You see? This is why the marriage rates are low nowadays. It's because of things like I'm the prize, I'm the table. So if you're the table, right? Why do you need someone else sitting at the table with you? If you're the table, why you need another chair there? It's not your table. You said you are the table. So why you need a chair? You're the table, but you want somebody else to sit at the table. Make that make sense. See, you got too much people promoting selfishness, but you want somebody to participate with you in your selfishness. See, that is actually called misery. Misery loves what? Company. See, a person that's telling you they're the table and they're the prize, they don't deserve your presence. They shouldn't want your presence. They shouldn't need your presence because they have everything that they need and want, being the table. You see why these people who talk like this are usually lonely? Because they're not paying attention to what they're saying. They're saying it because they heard somebody on the internet say it and they think it's cute. When you don't understand that that's the stuff that's keeping you back. You don't even know it. What's up, Terry? How you doing? Shout out to Bucket in the building. What's good, Bucket? Shout out to my brother Dale Debonair on the pull-up. What's good, my brother? Salute. You see? So fellas, if you run into a woman that like talking like that, I'm the table and I'm this and I'm that, right? Have a good life. Have a good life. Because why do I need to share something with a person who has it all already? You have it all already. So what I need to come and, deal with you for? You're the prize. You're the table. So why you need my help? What you need my assistance for? Let's talk about it. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's talk about it. Sound off in the chat. Don't just hide in the clouds. To y'all who like to brag about being a prize and how somebody gotta pay you to be with you. But it just seems like nobody likes being with you because you're always alone. But you keep telling everybody you a prize. You keep telling everybody you the prize and you the table, but nobody at your table. Nobody at your table. Nobody's trying to get lucky with you. You the prize. Then why nobody want to take you home? Why nobody want to show you off? You a prize, right? Why nobody's happy with you? You a prize. This goes for men and women. Why nobody want to be around you? You a prize. And then when people are around you, why they never happy? Why they never fulfilled? You a prize, but you always by yourself. You a prize. But who want to put you up? Nobody want. What do you do with prizes? Don't you put them up? Don't you show them off? Aren't you proud of winning a prize? Why nobody proud of you? Why nobody's proud to be with you? Why nobody brags about being with you? You a prize. Let's talk. Because it's cute to say, It's cute to say, but do you live like that? Is your life reflecting of you being a prize? Huh? Huh? That's what I want to know. Is your life reflecting of you being a prize? It's a simple question. That's all I want to know. Look at the thumbnail. I'm the standard. I'm the standard. Let's talk. Hey, Brownie, what's going on? Right. You brag about it. You show it off. You got all these people running around here saying they're a prize, but nobody's bragging about them. Nobody's happy to be with them. Nobody's being brought home to parents. Nothing. A lot of y'all that's running around here saying y'all a prize, y'all don't get phone calls till after 10 p.m. That's when your phone start ringing after 10. But you the prize. You the prize, but nobody wants to be with you in the daylight, but you the prize. You the prize, my brother, but you don't get no attention unless you spending money. You don't get no attention until you pull out your wallet. That's when you get attention, but you the prize. You the prize. You the prize. Nobody's calling you for advice. You the prize. See, what we have to understand is that statement. Terry says that statement is not in one scripture. Last I checked, we were all made out of dust, needing a savior. I'm the prize. You have made yourself into an idol. See, when you running around here saying you a prize, you are idolizing yourself. And you want somebody to idolize you. Because what does a prize grant someone? See, y'all run around here saying y'all the prize, but you don't know what a prize does. Doesn't a prize make someone smile? Doesn't a prize brighten up somebody's day? This is what prizes do. It boosts your self-esteem. It helps with your confidence. This is what prizes do. When you give someone a prize, follow me. This is what prizes do. Prizes make you feel better about yourself. Are you a prize? You say you the prize and then turn around out the same mouth and say, I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. But you a prize. You're a prize. So if you're a prize, let's talk about what prizes do. Prizes make people smile. When the last time you made a woman smile? Huh? When the last time you made a woman smile? How you doing, Sierra? Same thing go for you ladies. When the last time you made a man laugh? When the last time you made a man smile? When the last time you said something good to a man? You a prize. This is what prizes do. See, y'all know over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, we break this stuff down from a psychological perspective. So we're going to break down what does a prize do? What's the purpose of giving a person a prize? Because if you're a prize, that means a person did what? They won something. What did they win? You a prize. What did they win? You a prize. Did they win a goddamn migraine? What did they win? Mr. Prize? What did they win? You a prize. So what did they win? When they got you, what did they win? What did they win? STDs? What did they win? Lies? What did they win? What did they win? Salute, champion. Shout out to the residential OG. Salute. What did they win? That's what I want to know. What did they win? What did they win? See, we got a person in the chat right now who thinks they're a prize. But from what they're saying in the chat shows that they're not a prize. They can't make nobody, they can't make nobody feel good. They can't motivate nobody. They can't inspire nobody. This is the purpose of a prize. You know, when you give a child a prize for getting good grades, that encourages them to keep getting good grades. You do know that, right? That's the purpose of giving them a prize. So this person that's in the chat room, right? And look how silly this person is. Look what they put. Look what they put. How am I a hit dog and you typing in my chat room? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about when it comes to people and this internet stuff. You're typing in my chat room telling me I'm a hit dog. You're scouring the YouTube feed, saw my show and clicked on it, but you're telling me I'm triggered? You see what the internet has done to the average human psyche? Do you see what it has done to people? People are retarded. The internet has made these people retarded. Retarded. Look at this. Look, retardation. I have a 2-car garage and a happy marriage. So why you typing to me? Why you click on the video? Retardation. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Now they're going to try to prove to me who they are. But I'm a hit dog. But you in here trying to prove yourself to me. A nigga who on the internet gossiping. Retardation. Retarded. This is what happens when you're retarded and you live your life on the internet. See, living your life on the internet makes you retarded. This is why y'all got to get off the internet. Y'all need a break because y'all are retarded. Y'all have lost track of reality. This is virtual reality. Because a lot of y'all say the internet is real life. No, the internet is an alternate reality called virtual reality, where you got people who come on the internet and try to prove themselves to people who create content. You're retarded. I got a 2-car garage. So what? Why do I need to know that? I'm a nigga on the internet. You trying to prove something to somebody on the internet who's making content for their audience. You're retarded. See what I mean? You see what happens when you live your life idolizing things? You lose touch of reality. See, this person wants to believe that they're a prize. I got a 2-car garage and I make $80,000 a year. Why are you telling that to me if you married? Why are you saying that on the internet, period, if you married? Why the internet need to know how you living in real life? Who you trying to prove something to on the internet? Oh, you made the internet your idol. So that's why you come on the internet trying to prove the internet people you better than them. Because you idolize people's opinions on the internet. See this? A person who's living their life happy and secure with their things, they don't come on the internet trying to prove nothing to nobody. Who does that? A person who's living an idle life. A person who's living an idle life. It's sad. I make $80K a year. I got a 2-car garage. Why are you telling me? I'm a content creator. Why are you telling me about your real life? Did I ask you? What's wrong with you? Exactly. Seeking validation. Validation goes hand in hand with idolatry. Because this is why people make idols and statues and false gods. Because they're looking for validation. They're looking to be validated in their sin. They're looking to be validated in their sin. This is why, starting from the Old Testament, they was making graven images, praying to false gods and statues. Because these people were trying to find validation in their sinful lifestyle. They didn't want to lean to what God was telling them to do, so they created false gods, right? Which was demons, right? To validate their sinful behavior, to tell them, oh, it ain't that bad. Oh, it's just a little threesome. Some people have orgies. Validation. This is what the false gods and the statues that was created by these people, this is what they were for. I need validation for sacrificing my child. So they go create a false god to pray to and explain it to them. See this? Idolatry. I am the prize. Let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all something, and then we're gonna get into the first video, right? But let me ask y'all something, and I want y'all to think about this, right? To y'all males and females who considers yourself the prize, right? Let me ask you something. Do you make prizes a priority? Do you make a prize your priority? Think about that. Do you make a prize your priority? Whoever wants to be a prize, do people go along in life making prizes their priority? When you win a prize at the theme park, right? How long you take care of that teddy bear? Your prize. Before it end up in the back of your closet somewhere. See, we're gonna talk real. We're not gonna talk internet. We're gonna talk reality. When you win a prize, how long you take care of it? see, we gonna debunk the salacious idiot talk that y'all like to gather from these reels and these apps. There you go. Shout out to Augustus Newman. Welcome to the show. He says trophies sit on shelves. Oh, but you a prize. Trophies sit on a shelf and collect dust. Trophies sit on a shelf or sit in a case. You a prize, though. A trophy is a prize. What do you do with certificates? Prizes. A certificate is a prize. For having the best attendance. For having the highest grade on the spelling test in your class. You get a certificate. You get a prize. And what you do with that certificate, you usually put it in a what? What you do with that little prize you got? What you do with it? All your certificates are in what? Picture frames. Picture frames. You frame it and put it up. Is a prize a priority? Shout out to Robert Platinum. He says, heck, I gave most of my prizes away. Is a prize a priority? Because you people who talk this prize stuff in relationships, you want to be a priority. You want to be somebody's number one priority. You want somebody to prioritize everything and everybody over a prize. You do know people don't live their life looking for prizes. Yeah. You want to be a prize. Ain't nobody looking for you. Nobody's checking for you. That's why you get to do all this. Because ain't nobody checking for you. Because don't nobody check for prizes. Because they really not that important. See? Because they really not that important when it comes to everyday living. You see? So this is why you talking that prize stuff and you still ain't get picked. You still sitting down there with all the other teddy bears waiting for somebody to come and pick you like the machine. You a prize. You a prize. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You a sticker. You a sticker. I'm a prize. Yeah, you a sticker that somebody put on a book or a table. You a sticker. You a prize. Because a prize could be anything. A prize. Oh, you a keychain? You a prize. You a keychain. What? Oh, let me show you a prize. Look, I go prize. Look, it's a prize right here. That's a prize. Keychain. You're a prize. That's a prize. Let's get to the first video. Let's get to the first video, man. Shout out to everyone in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Fair use, YouTube.
Of the lustful desires of the world or other women, because I feel like why are we even together if you feel the need to go ahead and cheat or lust on other women? What's the point? Yeah.
So realistically, as a man is attracted to women and we're so like, oh, ego and pride, and we need them. A woman comes along and you just think that just diminishes, or you think that I'm the one that won the prize and I'm the one.
I'm the prize always.
See, and I think that's the issue, because how are you the prize, but you want us to be equal?
There should be some type of compromising
for the prize. What do we get for protecting our prize? What do we get for providing for our prize? And you say, oh, we make it home. We cook, we clean. And again, I'll say this, like I always say, I can cook and I can clean myself, because if I've gotten this far, I'm still alive, I'm healthy. Apparently I can take care of all of that. So I always wonder, like, when I'm the prize, maybe we should not say we're the prize, and like realize that we're just equals, because you wanted me like I wanted you. And now we're trying to build something together. So how are you above me as a prize?
Because I just feel like if you're sitting there lusting after women and you still have this like young mentality, because even though you guys say my age, whatever, you can have a mature relationship with somebody and understand I'm not going to sit here and put up with somebody who doesn't want to treat me like I'm up here. Don't be with me if you can get rid of the lustful desires of the world or other women, because I feel like why are we even together if you feel the need to go ahead and cheat or lust on other women? What's the point? Yeah.
So realistically, as a man is attracted to women and we're so like, oh, ego and pride, and we need them. A woman comes along and you just think that just diminishes, or you think that I'm the one that won the prize and I'm the one.
I'm the prize always.
See, and I think that's the issue, because how are you the prize, but you want us to be equal?
There should be some type of compromising
for the prize. What do we get for protecting our prize? What do we get for providing for our prize? And you say, oh, we make it home. We cook, we clean. And again, I'll say this, like I always say, I can cook and I can clean myself, because if I've gotten this far, I'm still alive, I'm healthy. Apparently I can take care of all of that. So I always wonder, like, when I'm the prize, maybe we should not say we're the prize, and like realize that we're just equals.
What y'all thought about that? How about we stop saying we the prize and realize that we're just equals? Not in terms of men and women, but in terms of what we're trying to establish with being with one another. Because like he said, you like me like I like you. So now, why all of a sudden I have to chase after you and act like you're up here when we met each other right here? How all of a sudden you become the prize when you like me and I like you? Why don't we stop this foolishness? Because see, women like her, they're by themselves. They're alone. See, all that I'm the prize stuff, you're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be sitting with a bunch of other prizes, right? Like you in a goddamn vending machine. You're gonna be sitting there waiting for somebody to pick you, and you might get stale while you're sitting there waiting, since you think you're a prize. See, when a person postures themselves as if they're owed something by the next person, this is a person who have idolized themselves. See, a person that's saying that they're the prize have made themselves into their own idol. Hence why we're talking about marriage idolatry, relationship idolatry. That's what this is. So I can do nothing wrong. I can say nothing wrong because I'm the prize. So since I'm the prize, I can get away with disrespecting you. I can get away with disregarding you. I can get away with a whole lot of things because I'm the prize. You see where this is going? You see where this is going, right? Because this is what happens when you deal with idolatry. This is what happens when you start making people, places, and things into your idol. This is what happens. This is the mentality that begins to develop. Shout out to Miss Bridget M. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? OG says some women crave to be pedestalized, which is idolizing. It's the same thing. If you want me to hold you in a higher regard than me, then you want me to put you over me. So that means I have to look up to you. So that means you're an idol. All of this stuff is idol worship. That's why homegirl came in the chat earlier triggered. Because she believes she's the prize. You see? And I'm pretty sure that probably was a female that I know, but they just don't want to come with their real accounts. Because they really don't want to have this type of discussion because they know that they're not going to win. Because they're trying to win. See, all I'm going to do is tell the truth and spit the facts. I don't have to compete with you. Compete with the truth. That's what you do. Don't compete with me. Compete with the truth. That's who you get mad at, the truth. That's who you're mad at anyway. That's who you're mad at anyway. Dale Debonair says, we are two individuals with different roles and responsibilities coming together to be utilized for God's will and his glory. Absolutely. Absolutely. There is no I am the prize. Because let me ask you something, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the next video, right? Ladies, if you're the prize, then who's your man? Fellas, if you're the prize, then what is your woman? I'm going to ask the same question that I just asked these women. If you are the prize, then what is your woman? Ladies, if you're the prize, then what is your man? See, because if you're going to say, well, he a prize too. Then y'all equal, right? Then y'all equal. So what's the problem? Fellas, if you're the prize, then what is your woman? Yeah. I want to see the answers in the chat room. I want to see the answers. I want to see the answers. Because that's what I want to know. That's all I want to know. Let's get to the next video. Let's get to the next one. Shout out to everyone in the building.
This. Women carry the sound, the voice of care, right? So when we talk about emotional intelligence and then we talk about the family that you grew up in, if you grew up in a home where maybe there were two parents, right? But your mother was the voice, right? Maybe your dad worked a lot, he was away a lot, didn't really say much. When you grow up, if you want to be a wife, right, you become married, your brain is only used to the voice of care. So it will attempt to mute your husband's voice of justice. And so that will sound like, well, why are you talking to me like that? When they just talking. Right? I don't like the way you saying that, right? They try to rear the kids. Why are you talking to the kids like that? I don't like how you talking to them. And that is an attempt for your brain to revert back to what's familiar, where you simply have a house where the voice of care is the predominant house. And so if you are successful, you will mute your husband's voice and he won't have a voice, or your husband will say, I can't do this anymore and leave. Same thing for the men. If you grew up in a house where the woman's voice was the largest voice, you may determine that you don't need to be in the house as much. She got it, right?
Let's play that again.
Men carry the voice of justice. Women carry the sound, the voice of care, right? So when we talk about emotional intelligence and then we talk about the family that you grew up in, if you grew up in a home where maybe there were two parents, right? But your mother was the voice, right? Maybe your dad worked a lot, he was away a lot, didn't really say much. When you grow up, if you want to be a wife, right, you become married, your brain is only used to the voice of care. So it will attempt to mute your husband's voice of justice. And so that will sound like, well, why are you talking to me like that? When they just talking. Right? I don't like the way you saying that, right? They try to rear the kids. Why are you talking to the kids like that? I don't like how you talking to them. And that is an attempt for your brain to revert back to what's familiar, where you simply have a house where the voice of care is the predominant house. And so if you are successful, you will mute your husband's voice and he won't have a voice, or your husband will say, I can't do this anymore, and leave. Same thing for the men. If you grew up in a house where the woman's voice was the largest voice, you may determine that you don't need to be in the house as much. She got it, right?
Y'all see? Y'all see? See, some of us grew up in a household where, like she was explaining, where the voice of care, which is the voice of a woman, right, was dominant or more dominant than the voice of justice, which is the man's voice in the house. So this is where a lot of women claim that they're the prize. It's because they're the voice that rules the household. They're the voice that rules the household. They're the voice that has the last and final say. So this is how a lot of little girls grew up believing it was all about them. Because they daddy ain't had no voice in the house. What mommy said went. See? It's not what mommy and daddy say go. It's about what mommy say go. So a little girl growing up in that environment, she's going to assume that she runs shit. So if I run shit, you got to make it about me. My happiness counts. My emotions is the only thing that matters because I run this shit. So my feelings matter, not yours. My stress level matters, not yours. What I go through matter more than what you go through. You see how this is developed? You see how this is developed? You see how this is developed? And then with a man who grew up in a household where the woman's voice is more dominant, guess what they do? They abandon their duties as men. See why you can't be with a mama's boy? Because a mama's boy is going to assume to have no voice in the relationship. He's not going to have a voice in the house. And his voice is the voice of justice. So this is where you get the men who are just absent or men who are present, but they have no effect. They just there. They're just there. This is where y'all get this from. The man feel like he's not of any importance. He's not of any priority. So why do I need to do anything? You got it. I'll let you do everything. Because I don't have a voice. See? But see, y'all don't want to have this conversation from this perspective because it challenges a lot of the stuff that you thought was true. See, a lot of y'all are still running with the beliefs that you were given when you was a child about marriages, about relationships, about the opposite sex. A lot of y'all men still look at women the same way you looked at women when you was 14 and you 50 now. Some of you women still look at men and judge men the same way when you was 16 years old, 17 years old. You look at men the same way now, and you 40. You 40 and still saying niggas ain't shit. And that's the same shit your mama said, her mama said, her mama said, and her mama said. Y'all don't pay attention to that, do y'all? Fellas, we don't pay attention to that. You don't pay attention how you pass down the same nonsense about women from generation to generation? The same nonsense your uncles taught you, you telling it to your nephews, and your nephews is telling it to their nephews. You don't realize that? The same shit that you developed in your mind at 19 years old and told your little nephews, you still believe it, and you 62. You a 62-year-old man now, and this is the stuff you still believe. At 62 years old, you still listen to Too Short. At 62. You still running around here giving out the same information that you gave out in 1979. You telling the same things to these kids right now, these little boys, in 2026. And y'all wondering why this stuff is being regurgitated over and over. Over and over and over and over. Extremely frustrating. I stuck it out for 4 months. Oh, you was talking to Sin. Okay. Augustus says a happy wife don't always equal a happy life. It doesn't at all. It doesn't. Happiness is temporary. Happiness is fleeting. It is not your job as a man to make a woman happy because you can't. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. She can be happy with you, bro. Walk down the street and a bird shit on her clothes. Now she's not happy no more. That don't have nothing to do with you, bro. A bird just shitted on her. That's why she mad. That don't got nothing to do with you. We got to stop believing that, fellas. It's not our job to make a woman happy. You can't do that. That is a fleeting emotion. Understand what happiness is. Understand that. Happiness is dictated by the person, not by the other person who's trying to make them happy, because you can't make them happy. It's a fleeting emotion. So we got to stop that. Absolutely, Roll J. Bob says, when I started rebelling, I was seen as a problem child instead of asking why I was acting out. I was physically and verbally abused while expecting to be quiet and not show emotion. Exactly. Exactly. Terry says, very strong point, DS1. We can't make anyone happy. You can't. And anybody who believes that somebody else can make them happy, they are living a miserable life. Because what they're doing is they're going around and dealing with people trying to get something that they can't get from others. Whatever I do for you, it can make you happy for a period of time. I can't make sure you happy every day. That's impossible. That's not reality. That's not reality. Somebody could have died in your family. How the hell am I gonna make you happy today? Because I'm your husband. How am I supposed to do that today? Somebody died in your family. What could I do to change that? What could I do? You're grieving over losing somebody in your family. How is it now my job to make you happy or to feel better from that? What could I do but let you grieve? What could I do? What am I supposed to do? There is no method on making someone happy. You can chat GPT it. How do you make someone happy? You can't. You can make somebody feel good. You can make them feel happy for a period of time, but you can't make no one happy. That's impossible. That's impossible. OG says, when you recognize that you're not responsible for their happiness, they'll call you selfish. Exactly. You know why? You know why? Because they've made you their idol. You see that? That's idol worship. If you're looking to me for your happiness, then I'm your idol. I can control and manipulate you and make you believe anything. See that? This is why we're not supposed to idolize anyone or anything. We're not supposed to idolize anyone or anything. Robert Platinum says that's almost as bad as when people say that you can make someone cheat on you. Exactly. Dale says, according to Webster 1828 dictionary, prizes are seized by force as a spoil or plunder. Society loves to play with the meaning of words, so we don't know what we're actually speaking over our lives. Exactly, my brother. Exactly. And that is why I break things down from a psychological perspective, so we can understand exactly what you said, so we can understand what we're speaking over our lives, so we can understand what spirits we're interacting with. See, when you're dealing with idol worship, you're dealing with demon worship. Because idolatry stems from what? Pride, which is a 7 deadly sin. Pride. Pride, which was the first sin of who? The devil. You see? This is why people make idols, because of pride. You don't want to check your pride and deal with the situation the way God is telling you to deal with it. You don't want to check it. So you go to something alternative. You get into an alternative lifestyle because you're looking for a cop out. You're looking for a way out of being responsible. This is what people do. This is all psychology. All psyche. You see? This is why y'all start coming up with silly things like I'm the prize. So what does that actually mean? Let's talk about that. What does that actually mean? You're the prize. What that mean? What does it mean? Break it down to me. Give me some context on I am the prize. What does that actually entail? Right? Tell me what I should do because you're the prize. What I should do? Kiss your ass? Give you whatever you ask for? Let you deal with me any type of way? What entails or what comes with being the prize? When somebody's dealing with you and you're the prize, what comes with it? What does this person actually have to deal with? See, y'all really don't want to have no conversation because a lot of y'all are immature. Y'all just want to come up here and throw innuendos at people. Oh, you ain't this, and the person that's gonna say that is this. That's the level of y'all conversation. Goofy, low level. I'm the prize. What the hell is that? Right. Does it mean obey? Right, OG. What does that mean? Oh, you the prize. So what that mean? Everything you say is right. You don't do no wrong. What does that mean? When a man say it, what are you talking about, bro? When you on here telling women you the prize. So what that mean? You could cheat? I'm the prize. So you could go have as many women as you want because you the prize, huh, nigga? You the prize. So you could just disrespect her, call out her name, treat her any kind of way because you the prize. Because you got a bag. What makes you a prize, nigga? What make you the prize? Because you got a bag? You got a 2-car garage and you make $80,000 a year? That's what make you the prize, nigga? Oh, excuse me, sir. You're a high value man. I forgot. You a high value man. Oh. You hang out with the 1% of the world. Huh? That you the prize. Cause a lot of black men don't hang out where I hang out at. Oh, you the prize. Oh, you the prize. You the prize. But what's so confusing to me about you niggas who brag, who act like you the prize, why you got the same problem as broke niggas? Huh? Why is your problem the same problem as a nigga who make $40, $50, $60, $70,000 less than you? Why are you in the barbershop with me with the same complaints? Mr. I'm the prize. But she can't stop. You can't get a woman to stop cheating on you. You the prize. You can't get a woman to stop cheating on you. You the prize. You can't get a woman to talk to you with some respect. You're the prize. But you in the barbershop with the same complaints as the nigga that work at Foot Locker. Mr. High Value Man. Mr. I'm the table. Mr. I'm gonna pay all the bills ass nigga. Then why you at the barbershop complaining with us? What's going on here, bro? Jay-Z said it. He got 99 problems, but a chick ain't one. Bruh, a chick is one of your 99 problems. Why is that when you the table? Why is that when you the table? Cardi B said she was the table. Every nigga she been with cheated on her. Every nigga she been with cheated on her, but she the table. Niggas cheating on her, not only when they married to her, but when she pregnant too. But she's the table. But she's the table. But nobody want to sit at the table. I'm the table. But don't nobody want to sit there. Don't nobody want to sit there, Cardi. Don't nobody want to sit there, Megan. Don't nobody want to sit there. Don't nobody want to sit there. Answer that. Why? 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 You're such a great person. Why don't nobody want to be with you? Why? Shout out to my brother Dell, man. Appreciate it, bro. Starting off right, hitting the super chat. He says, quote unquote, high value men tend to have the least amount of spiritual values. Facts. Shout out to my brother Dell Debonair. Appreciate you, fam. Absolutely. That's a fact. That's a fact. And all these high value men, high divorce rates, high divorce rates, high levels of erectile dysfunction. Yeah, Mr. I'm the prize with a suit on and I make $200,000 a year. High levels of infidelity, high levels of divorce, high levels of erectile dysfunction, high levels of health conditions. Yeah, but you the prize. You dudes can literally pass away in the middle of having sex, but you a high value man. Your heart ain't even pumping well enough, but you a high value man. You the table. You the prize. You the prize. Drinking Red Bull with your heart pill. You the table. You the prize. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on. This is idolatry. That's what this is. And that's why so many people in relationships are suffering. Because the relationship is built on idolatry. It's not built on nothing real. It's built on a fantasy. It's built on a fantasy. Y'all do know fantasies are not real, right? They're figments of your imagination. You do know that, right? Fantasy, idolatry, it goes hand in hand. This is why y'all look up to celebrities and y'all idolize celebrities. What do you think an icon is? An icon. An icon is an idol. An icon is an idol. Oh, he's a musical icon. Yeah, he's an idol. Michael Jackson is an idol. Jay-Z is an idol. These are idols because they're icons. 50 Cent, he's an icon. Kanye West, he's an icon. Kim Kardashian, icon. These are iconic people. Idols. These, because people worship icons. They want to be like an icon. They mirror their life after an icon. Those are idols. Those are idols. You notice how the icons have statues. They have big billboards. See, that's idol worship. They put it out there so you can worship them. Oh my God, they got Jay-Z on a highway with a big billboard. Oh, he's doing so well in life. I want to be like him. I want to be on a billboard one day. Gotcha. 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 Dale says Red Bull, Blue Dolphins, and that white girl. That's the recipe. Terry says include pastors too. We could. We could. Oh, we could. Yes, we can. Augustus says without your energy, they are nothing. Exactly. This is why, Augustus, and welcome to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. This is why, right? The relationship becomes nothing when the idol worship is gone. This is why the marriage dissolves. Pay attention. This is why the relationship gets stale. This is when you start hearing stuff like this. Things ain't what it used to be. I ain't happy no more. Where you think you hear that from? Where you think that come from? Where y'all think that come from? Where do y'all think that come from? I'm not myself. That's a good one, Terry. That's a good one. I am not myself no more. I don't even know myself. Really? Oh, so now it's his fault you lost yourself. Or maybe you're not losing yourself, you're losing the fake identity. Maybe, right? Maybe this is when the relationship actually turns for the better. See, a lot of y'all don't know when your relationship is being tested because you've been living fake. So your relationship or your marriage comes to a crossroad where y'all gotta approach some things. Y'all gotta get some shit together. And see, when a lot of y'all relationships hit this way, this is what y'all do. Instead of y'all running to it together, look, 1, 2, and pressing forward, when it come up, this is what y'all do. Y'all don't do this. Y'all don't stay like this. Y'all don't stay like this and attack what's attacking your marriage and attack what's attacking your relationship. You know what y'all do? I'm going my way. I'm in my feelings, so I'm going this way. I don't care which way you go. See this? See, because y'all afraid to sit down and tell each other that y'all both was sitting there being fake. See, y'all afraid to do that. This is why y'all getting a divorce. This is why the relationship gonna crumble, because y'all not gonna do nothing to make it work. See? Because if you the table, what you need to work for? Why you need to compromise? Why you need to work things out? Because in your mind, you the table. So why you need to apologize? Why you need to rectify some things? Because you the table. Right, nigga? That's why you don't apologize to your woman. You don't apologize to her. Because at the end of the day, in your mind, you don't do nothing wrong because you pay for everything. So you always right. You got the bankroll, so you always right. Who could check you when you got the bankroll? You got the bankroll, so who could check you? You pay for anything. You gonna cut the check. So who gonna check you? Huh? Why you need to slow down on drinking when you pay all the bills? Right, nigga? Because when you get drunk, you curse your wife out and you get belligerent and indignant. That demon come out of you. That's why you need to stop, nigga. Because you get abusive. That's why you need to stop. And if you love your wife, you wouldn't abuse your wife. That's why you need to stop, nigga. But you don't see that. You know what you see? Your checkbook and what you can afford and what you could pay for. That's all you see, nigga. And that's why you're going to see them divorce papers in the mail. But then y'all get on the internet and cry victim. Like somebody just divorced you for nothing. See, it's a small percentage of guys that get done dirty. It ain't a large percentage of dudes. Because a large percent of cornballs are the ones that are in marriages. That are in fake marriages. You see? You see? Shout out to the tribe. What's going on, fam? You see? Let's get to the next video. Oh, not this one. We're going to go to this one. There we go. Let's get to it. Fair use, YouTube. Y'all support the show, man. Support the show. The links are going across the screen. The super chat is open. Support the show, y'all.
Be a narcissist, but you're an idolater. And I was like, I don't really see that. How am I an idolater? And he said to me a couple things. One, narcissists need someone to worship them. Idolaters need someone to worship.
Okay. I got a walk.
What? And do you know what else? Do you know what? He said that to me in prayer. 2 days later, I randomly watched a Tiffany Buckner video where she said, the reward for your idolatry is your narcissistic partner. And I was like,
That's insane.
excuse me?
Oh my God.
That's my sister Tiffany.
Excuse me?
Wow.
It had nothing about that on the little thumbnail
Yes.
thingy. Sorry. Like, and I was like, are you even kidding me around? Then I stepped into Tiffany's Year of the Bride fast.
Wow.
And day 2 was Death to Idolatry. And she says, as my sister Tiffany Buckner says, the reward for your idolatry is your narcissistic partner. Within a week. I'm like, I get it. Okay, got it. Okay, I get it. Okay, fine.
Yeah, she
Fine.
spoke to you directly.
I'm an idolater. And I said, okay, show me. Like, show me. Because I've been praying to you on my face sometimes every hour for this marriage for 3 years. How am I an idolater? Right? And he said to me, who did you think about most during the day, though? Who did you think about most? Yeah, you prayed to me.
You got her.
But who did you think about most? Whose opinion mattered most to you? Whose approval mattered most to you? And I was like, I don't really feel like answering any of those questions. I mean, obviously my husband. He said, if I had answered any of your prayers, so he basically acknowledged he didn't answer a single one of my prayers for my marriage or my husband for 3 years. He said, if I had answered your prayers, I would have just been strengthening your idol.
Was deep. So, to y'all people who like to come online and talk about narcissists all day and narcissism, the narcissist. Remember, we was just talking about narcissism. The reward of your idolatry is your narcissistic partner. So if you ever been with a narcissist, this goes for me too. This goes for me too. Your reward for your idolatry is your narcissistic partner. Because a narcissist needs what? Worship. A idolater needs something or someone to worship. Yeah. Yeah, fellas. Yeah. She was a narcissist. Yup, because you're an idolater. You're an idolater. That's why she's a narc. She needs to be worshiped. You need someone to worship. Same thing for you, ladies. He was a narcissist. He was a demon. Yep. Because you idol worship. You like demons. He was your reward for your idolatry, for playing with crystals, for building an altar to Yemen Yah, to Oshun. Your reward was your narcissistic husband who abused you. That was your reward. That is what you conjured up with your spells, with your hoodoo, with your voodoo. Your reward for that was your narcissistic boyfriend. Yeah. Since you believe in altars. Yeah. Uh-huh. Since you believe in drawing pentagrams on the floor. Since you believe in lighting candles and chanting. You manifested your narcissistic boyfriend. Yeah. Yeah. You manifested him. Remember you was doing all that chanting? Remember you was taking all them spiritual baths? You manifested your narcissistic boyfriend, your narcissistic abusive husband. You manifested him through your idolatry. We do it too, fellas. Mm-hmm. How you think you manifested that BBL demon? How you think you manifested that BBL demon? Through your idol worship. You love you some Nicki. You love Cardi. You love that look with the fake baby hairs and the Brazilian all over 38 inches down to her behind. You like Jada Waiter. Yeah, right, fellas? You love you some strippers. Yeah, I love the strippers. Yeah, I love the strippers. That's what, remember what 2 Chainz said? Yeah, I love the strippers. Yeah, I love the strippers. Yeah, I love the strippers. Yeah, till you run into Lilith. Mm-hmm. See, fellas, y'all don't be paying attention. These BBL demons be telling you who they worship. Lilith. They'll tell you who they worship. Kali, Oshun, demons. Yeah, that's your reward. You Meg Thee Stallion lover, that's your reward. You're going to get a woman just like her, filled with demons. Mm-hmm. Yup. That's why Tory Lane's in jail right now. He's a victim of his idolatry. He likes sleeping with a lot of women. Idolatry. Yeah. Thinking he a king. Thinking he King Solomon. A lot of y'all made King Solomon y'all idols, fellas. We're gonna stay on us for a minute, fellas. Let's stay on us for a minute. Let's stay on us for a minute. Shout out to my brother Dale Debonair for doubling up. Appreciate you, my brother. He says, for the spiritual breakthroughs today. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Miss Bridget M. Thank you. She says supporting the show. Thank you so much, Bridget. There you go. There you go, Bob. Idolizing sex. What do you think lust is? What do you think lust is? Idolizing sex. That's your reward. That's your reward. That's your reward, bro. What up, DOD? DOD says I'm over here with a stripper. What up, DOD? Augustus says Kanye made the devil. There you go. There you go. Terry says, I still love them, but being the oldest daughter, you start taking on idolizing family. Which is something you're not supposed to do. And I'm not saying this. God said it. God did. Not me. God did. He said it. You're not supposed to make nobody and nothing into your idol. You're not supposed to build statues or graven images. God said this, not me. That video we just watched, that woman was breaking down how God didn't answer none of her prayers when she was married to a man because she made her husband into her idol. And he was abusing her. He was a narcissist, her husband. And she was wondering why and praying, why was she with a narcissist? And God revealed it to her. Because you made him your idol. You made him your idol. You have a problem with idolatry. You need someone to worship because you won't worship me. So you're going to worship somebody outside of me. And then the person you worship outside of me is going to hurt you. They're going to abuse you. It just so happened to be her husband. And God told her that he wasn't going to answer none of her prayers because he'll be strengthening the idol in her life. So she had to go through what she went through to realize the information she gave us. You see? You see? You see this? She thought, right, her husband was the prize. She thought her husband was the prize. See that? How you doing, Sugar? Sugar says, what about parents with their children in today's time? What you mean? You're not supposed to idolize your children either. Because your children are going to grow up and have their own mind, have their own way of being. That's why you're not supposed to idolize your children. Your children are going to grow up and have their own individuality. This is why you're not supposed to idolize your children. In the Bible, it doesn't say children. Idolize your parents. So children are not supposed to idolize their parents because their parents are flawed. Their parents make mistakes and have made mistakes and will continue to make mistakes. This is why you're not supposed to idolize your parents. God ain't tell you to look to idolize your parents. God said respect your parents. Respect your parents. Listen to your parents. Not idolize them. Not idolize them. You ain't supposed to idolize nobody or nothing. God didn't even want us to idolize him. God doesn't want to be our idol. God is God. So this I am the prize stuff is very toxic and contagious to relationships today. And this stuff is actually destroying marriages. It's destroying relationships and it's stopping marriages from even being formed. This I am the prize stuff. It is hindering marriage now. Who wants to hinder marriage? The devil. Who was the first person that wanted to be idolized? Satan. Satan. He was the first idol. Satan. The first idol was Satan. He wanted to be what? Idolized. He wanted to be praised like God. That's the first idol, Satan. Satan. The first idol. The devil. He want everybody to idolize him. Be like me. Rebel. Be like me. Have pride. The first idol, Satan. The first one. That's why everybody that come behind Satan, they follow his blueprint. You don't notice that? All the idols in the world are fashioned after Satan. Jay-Z looks up to a man by the name of Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley was a what? A Satanist. Come on now. 1 + 1 is 2. Jay-Z looked up to Aleister Crowley because Aleister Crowley looked up to the devil. Idol, devil. Full focus. What's good, fam? He said, honor, not idolize. Facts. What's up, Lorenzo Lewis? What's going on? I hear a lot of men nowadays say that they are the prize. Yep, they are saying that. And they're idiots. They're idiots. The men who you hear running around saying that are men who are hurt men, traumatized men. These men are men who actually just want to be heard. Sugar 252. They just want to be heard. They just want to be respected and loved on properly by a woman. So now they start, posturing. So hopefully, some woman could believe they false flagging and give them what they want. It's the same thing that women do. Women are saying that they the prize, but at the end of the day, when you get to their goddamn table, all they got is a bunch of bills and a bunch of debt and all that type of shit. It's the same thing with these dudes. These are men who was never respected like that, never really had a voice with a woman. So they just posturing because they want respect. They want honor. They want love from a woman. They want to lead a woman. So they just posturing. That's all it is. That's all it is. Same thing on both sides, man. It's no different. It's the same thing on both sides. Let's get to this last video, y'all. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Make sure you double tap your screens. Hit that like button, y'all. Double tap your screens and hit that like button. Support the show. The links are going across the screen. You can hit me up on Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. Sorry, we do not have PayPal at this time. We do not have PayPal at this time. But go ahead and financially support the show, y'all. I appreciate you if you have. Thank you so much. Let's get to this last video.
Reservation. You guys are taught to put everything and everybody before yourself.
Yep.
I agree. That makes sense. And that's what I
Men
said.
don't have it because of that. See, I understand why men are accepting the things that they accept from women. You guys are literally trained to do that from a young age. That little girl hit you, don't hit her back. She's a girl.
Yep.
That girl is more valuable than you. You made your sister cry, you don't make a girl cry. Your sister is more valuable than you. You haven't even asked me what my sister did to me. You're just telling me not to do nothing to her. So you guys live your life in protection of something that may be out there to harm you.
Absolutely true. See, that's a valuable conversation. I love you for that. I appreciate that.
Nobody has told you that this woman may be a sheep in wolf's clothing. Nobody has told you that there are some women you need to look out for.
Yep.
Nobody has told you that not every woman is precious and you treat her like she's a diamond. Nobody just straight out tell you that there are bad women just because they're bad women. Even when you see a bad woman, they give you an excuse why she's a bad woman. Well, you know she was abused. Well, you know she was this. And so you guys are always positioned and programmed to think that even when a woman is doing wrong, she
Let's play that again.
teaching them self-preservation. You guys are taught to put everything and everybody before yourself.
Yep.
I agree. That makes sense. And that's what I
Men
said.
don't have it because of that. See, I understand why men are accepting the things that they accept from women. You guys are literally trained to do that from a young age. That little girl hit you, don't hit her back. She's a girl.
Yep.
That girl is more valuable than you. You made your sister cry, you don't make a girl cry. Your sister is more valuable than you. You haven't even asked me what my sister did to me. You're just telling me not to do nothing to her. So you guys live your life in protection of something that may be out there to harm you.
Absolutely true. See, that's a valuable conversation. I love you for that. I appreciate that.
Nobody has told you that this woman may be a sheep in wolf's clothing. Nobody has told you that there are some women you need to look out for.
Yep.
Nobody has told you that not every woman is precious and you treat her like she's a diamond. Nobody just straight out tell you that there are bad women just because they're bad women. Even when you see a bad woman, they give you an excuse why she's a bad woman. Well, you know she was abused. Well, you know she was this. And so you guys are always positioned and programmed to think that even when a woman is doing wrong, she
Y'all see where this concept of women of the prize come from? Y'all see where it come from? That woman just broke it down. Y'all women are taught this from the time y'all are young. Your brother can't hit you because you a girl, but you could bust him in the head and make him bleed, but he never supposed to hit you back because you a girl. And you don't do nothing wrong. And even if you do something wrong, there's no consequences for you. You see how this mentality is developed? That woman said, men are trained from the time that they're little boys to protect someone who might be out to hurt them. This is where women get they're the prize from. I can do whatever I want to you. You're a man. You're supposed to be able to deal with it. You don't hear these women saying that? You a man. You supposed to be able to deal with it. Where you got that from? Who told you that? Who told you that I'm put here on earth as a man to allow a woman to do whatever she wants to me? Where do you get that from? Where do you get that from? Who told you that? Who taught you how to be an abuser? You see where this whole thing comes from? That woman just broke it down. A black woman just broke it down on where it comes from. Just broke it down. Terry says a man's worth and value is being shaped at an early age. Absolutely. And so was a little girl. And so was a little girl. Shout out to H. Burns. It's good, H. Burns. Boys aren't given the Proverbs 31 speech from either parent. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We are raised to protect something that might be out to harm us. That's how we're raised as boys. It's what we were. This is what we're told. You see? I am the prize. So that means I got to put up with all your BS, right? All your dysfunction, all your trauma, all your disrespect, all your disregard. I got to deal with all of that because you're the prize. See how dangerous this is? This is why divorce rates are high, because you're dealing with high levels of I am the prize, which is idolatry. You wonder why you're hearing all this narcissism talk about relationships and around relationships, because it's rooted in idolatry. It's rooted in idolatry. You see? A narcissist and an idolater. One who needs to be worshiped and one who needs someone to be worshiped. This is what's going on today, y'all, in relationships. This is why a lot of marriages are not working, and they will not work. Because it's not a godly marriage. It's an earthly marriage. That's why it's about being the prize. That's why when somebody kiss your behind, it make you feel good about yourself. Feels good to be idolized. A lot of y'all confuse being idolized with being loved. Uh-huh. Y'all think that's what love is. Somebody that's going to do what I ask him when I ask him, right soon as I ask him. You think that's love. And this is why we at where we at when it comes to this relationship stuff, y'all. Especially when it comes to marriage. This is why the divorce rates are high. It's a lot of marriage idolatry. It's a lot of arguing on who's the prize and who isn't. And who's worthy of this And who's valuable enough to receive this? When y'all don't even know, y'all both are not honoring God. Y'all both are showing y'all lack of value individually and together. You see? So shout out to y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and close this show out. Shout out to everyone for pulling up. Shout out to my lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down. Thank y'all so much. Sugar says this is definitely eye-opening. Thank you, Sugar. I appreciate it. Appreciate the pull up. Shout out to all the bros, man. Shout out to my lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down. If you have sent a super chat today, thank you so much. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to financially support the show, the links are going across the screen. You can hit me up on Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle. All right. It is going across the screen. Y'all can hit me up. Thank y'all so much. If y'all have financially supported today's show, thank you, Scorpio Mama. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone for pulling up today. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. We will continue with the series. I don't know when what the next title is gonna be, so y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all set y'all bell notifications so you are notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all the new supporters. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross, of course. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. Let me know what y'all think of the series, man. Let me know what y'all think of the series. Thank y'all so much for showing up. Shout out to everyone. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. DS1 Ross, and we out. Peace.